Hey there folks, welcome along to another episode from Adventures in Internet Marketing. James Gladwell here, and I just want to very quickly show you a tool which I'm using right now and which I've been using for a few months to get much more productive online and be able to keep all of the information that comes into my business in one place. And this is a really good thing to do because it means that you can actually sync all of your data across all the different devices that you use. So whether you use an iPad or some kind of tablet, whether you use an iPhone or again some kind of Android phone, and maybe you obviously use your laptop and the internet, then you can actually get all of the data across all those different places. So again, it just makes things much more simple. Now what this is a thing called Evernote, and there's a desktop version which looks very much like this. This is my desktop version right here, where I can actually organize my information into notebooks, which you can see over on the left hand side there. Now there's also within those notebooks individual notes. So for example, I've got a notebook which is all about Simple Start Blogging, which is a course that I created just recently, and you can find that, by the way, at simplestartblogging.com. And then within that notebook there are a series of notes. I think there's probably about 11 or 12 notes within that particular notebook right now, and this is one of them in particular. This is the Simple Start Blogging blog post ideas note that I've got, and these are all ideas that I've had for blog posts, which normally I would just kind of scribble down on bits of paper or the back of a receipt or napkins or stuff like that, or maybe I'd put a note on my phone. But if it was on my phone, I might kind of forget that it was there, or that kind of thing. So instead what I've decided to do is put it into Evernote, and now I can sync it across all of the different platforms. So onto an iPad, onto my my Android phone that I have, and onto the desktop version here as well. So I can reference it no matter where I am. Even if I'm out with somebody or talking to a client, I can quickly go into my Evernote on my phone and I'll be able to see exactly what I wrote, even if I wrote it on my computer. So it's really cool, and it allows you to organize things very clearly, and I know that lots of people have found this very useful. I can also then search the notes. So let's say you get to the stage where you have maybe 200-300 different notes, or maybe more, maybe thousands. You can still go and search through those just according to the tags that you tag them with. So again, it's a really cool thing to do. There's also other great features with Evernote as well, other additions that you can make to it, again completely for free. Things like the Evernote clipper. So for example, if I find a piece of text, let's just go for a quick search actually and go to the BBC website just to see. Okay, here's an idea. This is the actual a news story from the BBC website from something that happened just recently here in the UK. Now this, first of all, could be something that I could maybe blog about or mention in one of my blogs. And let's say that I find a bit of text that I really like. I'm just grabbing something at random here obviously, but I would normally go and find something that's a bit more relevant. But let's say I want to kind of clip that out of the actual that out of the text. What I can do is I can clip it just here. Okay, you can see it's highlighted it and clipped it, and then it goes into one of the different notebooks that I've got. I can tag it, I can add a comment, and then I can go ahead and add that into the actual the notebook that I have. Again, that syncs across all the different platforms that I use as well. So it could be the clip selection. I could clip the entire article, clip the full page, or just clip the URL so I can go and visit it again later. Again, this is absolutely brilliant because it means that I can go and reference things much more quickly, and it saves me having to search for them and mess about with all that kind of stuff. So there's a whole load of things. In fact, even as I use this right now, even as I talk it through, I'm thinking of other things that I could do to make my life a bit more easy just by using Evernote to keep all my data in one place. And it's absolutely wonderful, and it's a free tool, which you can't get much better than that. So yeah, go ahead and check out Evernote at evernote.com. There's also a very cool thing as well, just to show you this. This is a function called Evernote Clearly. You'll notice that this is, as I say, the BBC News website, and it's kind of busy. There's lots of stuff going on this site. So what I want to do is I just want to read that story. So I'll click on Evernote Clearly. What it does is it completely changes the way the page looks and makes it much more easy to use. I can even then annotate things again if there's something that I really want to particularly, remember or particularly have that's of interest. I can highlight that. And again, I can go and sign in to my Evernote account right here, and again just clip that bit of information. If I don't want to use that bit and want to use something else, again I can just clip something else instead from that particular article, highlight it, and then save the whole page so that I can reference back to it and see immediately what I've highlighted, just as if I was doing it for real. But this time I can, again, like I say, sync it across all of the different networks, and it allows me to reference it from pretty much anywhere that I am. Even if I'm on someone else's computer, I can just go and sign into evernote.com evernote.com, and that will allow me to go and reference all the things that I've clipped from all the different parts of my life, which is incredible, absolutely amazing. So these are all things that you can go ahead and reference right now. Now, I'm not going to go into all the things that Evernote does because it's pretty extensive, but one last thing that you might want to take a quick look at is the function that Evernote has to take photos using, for example, your camera on your phone. And once you take a photo of something, it can actually read the text that's in the photo. So you can take photos of business cards, and Evernote will immediately take the information and put it into your contacts. It's amazing. It's such a cool thing. So again, you need to go and check this out right now. This is Evernote from evernote.com. I strongly advise you grab yourself a copy and just play about with it to begin with. Eventually, you'll probably end up relying on it as much as I have, and loads of other real cool functions as well, like voice to text. That's a great thing where you can just talk into your phone and it will immediately put it into text format. That's actually how I got the transcript for the interview I did with Lynn Terry. She actually introduced Evernote to me using that particular method, because I got to the end of the interview and I said, I'm going to go and get this transcribed now, and she said, well, you don't need to, I've got the transcript for you. And I went, hang on, what? How can you possibly have the transcript? We've only just finished talking. Like, you just literally finished that last sentence. You can't possibly have a transcript of what you just said. She said, no, I have. I use a thing called Evernote, and I can actually transcribe the whole thing. I've been running it the whole time we've been talking, and it's transcribed everything we've just said. And that blew my mind. Like, I was like, well, I don't need to get transcribers anymore. It just blew my mind. So again, go ahead, get yourself a copy right now. Evernote.com. I highly recommend it, as indeed does my girlfriend, who has decided that this is basically her new online boyfriend. So it's just amazing. So go ahead and get yourself a copy. I'm off to go and get my girlfriend back, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. As always, make sure you subscribe for more updates and cool tools, tips and news from the world of online marketing. Thanks for watching. I'll speak to you soon.